Mexico specifically, let's ensure that those Mexican workers also have the ability to organize, to demand higher wages, which will make the United States worker a little bit more competitive. In the draft that I've seen so far of this latest agreement, that is included within it, so it shows that I'm able to stand up to the president where it counts and able to work with him where it will do the most good.
That's your time, Senator Cruz.
Free trade is good for Texas. It's good for Texas farmers and ranchers. It's good for Texas businesses. I have made the case to President Trump directly and personally dozens of times that we should be expanding our access to foreign markets, opening up the Mexican energy markets, expanding our access to Canada. If you look at the EU, it was interesting that Congressman O'Rourke referenced the EU. We've actually seen real breakthroughs in trade with the EU, that the European Union is now talking about sitting down with America and looking at zero tariffs, lowering their tariffs. You know, I thought it was interesting Congressman O'Rourke brought up pecan farmers, because I've made the case directly to the administration that they should work on India to lower their tariffs on pecans so that we can export to India. But the difference is, I've made that case repeatedly to the president. Over and over again, I've worked hand in hand with the president on policy wins for the people of Texas. As far as I know, Congressman O'Rourke has never spoken to the president, other than to publicly call for his impeachment. That doesn't suggest a relationship in the state of Texas when you are leading the extreme left wing wanting to impeach the president and attack the president. That's not setting you up to have victories for the people of Texas.
Representative?
I'll work with anyone, anytime, anywhere, and that includes the President of the United States. Worked with Republican colleagues to expand access to mental health care. There were 500,000 veterans who put their lives on the line for this country, who by law, because of the status of their discharge, were unable to go into a VA and see the psychiatrist or psychologist who would save their lives. I was able to bury the differences between myself and a Republican colleague who had a similar proposal. We introduced it, got it passed in the House. There was a similar bill passed in the Senate, signed into law by President Trump. That's saving lives of veterans in this state and throughout this country right now. So whether it's veterans, service members, farmers, ranchers, Americans, I'll stand up for everyone and work with anyone, including the president, to make sure that we do better for this country.
Senator Cruz, this question is about Texas values. You campaign on the fact that you represent Texas's values, but if you look at the polls, this is a closely contested race, and Congressman O'Rourke has a lot of support in Texas. Why do you represent Texas values and your does not?
Well, 6 years ago when I ran for Senate, I promised the people of Texas I would fight every day for lower taxes, lower regulations, and more jobs. That I would fight to secure and defend the border, and that I would fight to defend the constitutional right of every Texan. I've kept that promise. That's what I've done every day in the Senate for the last 6 years. You're right, we have a real race in the state of Texas. The hard left is energized, they're angry, many of them are filled with hatred and for President Trump. And we are seeing tens of millions of dollars flow in from all over the country to Congressman O'Rourke's campaign. And the reason is simple. As he takes extreme left-wing positions further to the left of Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders or Nancy Pelosi, he gets millions of dollars. For example, Congressman O'Rourke has said he is, quote, open to abolishing ICE, abolishing the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency. Those are his words. Now, Nancy Pelosi's never said that. Congressman O'Rourke has said he would vote now today to impeach President Trump, right now today. Bernie Sanders never said that. Congressman O'Rourke's positions are out of step with the people of Texas, and I think the people of Texas, what they want, look, 1,000 people a day come to Texas because we understand low taxes and low regulations produce jobs. And what I hear from Texans all across this state is they say, I'll say this, whether they supported me or not, Democrats will say, I didn't vote for you, but you're doing what you said you would do, and that's exactly what I've done, and that's exactly what I'll continue doing.
Okay. Representative O'Rourke, Texas values.
You know, only one of us has been to each county in Texas and would have an idea of what Texas values and interests are. Within months of being sworn to serve as your senator, Ted Cruz was not in Texas, he was in Iowa. He visited every single one of the 99 counties of Iowa. He went to New Hampshire, he went to South Carolina, he went to the Republican presidential primary states instead of being here. He shut down your government for 16 days in 2013 because too many people were getting too much health care in the United States of America. And in 2015, he missed 1/4 of the votes in the United States Senate. In 2016, he missed 1/2 of the votes in the United States Senate. You tell me who can miss half the days at work and then be rehired for the same job going forward. That's not what Texans want. They don't want somebody who's captured by corporations and political action committees and special interests, because that's where Ted Cruz gets his money. Our campaign is the largest grassroots campaign this state has ever seen, funded by people and only people in every single one of the counties of Texas every single day.
Congressman, that's your time. Senator.
You know, Gromer, Congressman O'Rourke doesn't seem to understand that representing Texas is not doing a photo op in each county in Texas with reporters in tow, but it's actually standing up and fighting for the people of Texas. And I can tell you, in the 6 years I've represented Texas, I have been there on the ground. In West Texas, when the explosion happened, I was on the ground with the families of the first responders who were killed. When Hurricane Harvey hit this state, I was on the ground in my hometown of Houston, but also in Victoria and Rockport and Port Aransas and Aransas Pass and Refugio and Beaumont and Port Arthur and Orange and Nederland. Oh, not once, not twice, but 3, 4, 5 times on the ground with the people of Texas. When Sutherland Springs saw the worst church shooting in the history of this country, I was on the ground. Representing Texas is being there for Texans, but actually standing up and fighting for Texans, not George Soros, not big liberal interests, but fighting for the values of the people of Texas.
And the next question goes to Representative O'Rourke. The Texas business community overwhelmingly supported the tax overhaul that you voted against last year. How can you effectively represent that important constituency when you have such a fundamental disagreement?
Generations from now, people looking back at this moment will not be able to believe that a country $21 trillion in debt, with the greatest levels of income disparity that we've seen since the last Gilded Age of more than 100 years ago, would find as its solution to the problem $2 trillion in tax breaks that disproportionately flow to corporations that are already sitting on record piles of cash and the already wealthy in this country. A tax bill written by the lobbyists for those very corporations. In fact, in one draft, in the margins, written by those lobbyists so that their corporate bosses could see the text before the senators could vote on it. And in the days before and just after Senator Cruz voted for this massive giveaway to the already wealthy, he received more than $120,000 from the political action committees that represent those who benefited from these tax breaks. I believe not in investing in corporations and in special interests. I believe in investing in people, in universal pre-K for every child so everyone has the same starting line in life, in health care for every Texan and every American so they're well enough to be their best, the ability to attend community college or SMU so that you can better yourself and do better for everyone else in your life, in your community, and in this country. I believe in investing in broadband internet in the 50% of rural Texas that today cannot reliably get online. I believe in investing in communities and in people, not in corporations, special interests, and political action committees.
You know, there is a consistency in Congressman O'Rourke's record. Over and over and over again, he supports higher taxes. When he was on the El Paso City Council, he voted 3 times to increase property taxes in El Paso. He voted in favor of a, quote, rain tax, which I don't even know what that is. I guess a tax on rain, but I'm not sure. He voted in favor of a pool tax. As a member of Congress, he has voted in favor of the death tax. He voted against the tax cut. And by the way, this tax cut has cut taxes on Americans all across Texas. It doubled the child tax credit. If you're a parent, it doubled it from $1,000 a child to $2,000 a child. That's real money. And by the way, that's refundable and in your pocket. And yet, his answer is he doesn't want to cut taxes. He wants to raise your taxes. So understand what Beto O'Rourke is promising you. If he's elected, he will fight to raise your taxes. That is not consistent with what the people of Texas want.
Representative.
Those 6 years that I was on the El Paso City Council, every single year we balanced the budget. We didn't see each other as Republicans or Democrats. We saw each other as El Pasoans with a common interest in delivering for the taxpayers in our community. Only one of us on this stage has started and run a small business, had to meet payroll every single week, had to go before the bank and try to get a loan to expand that business, had to go out and hustle for new customers and make sure that we kept those who we already had happy going forward. That required balance in a budget and understanding how to make ends meet. I want to make sure that, again, we're not giving away to corporations and special interests. That's what Senator Cruz would do, thanks to the contributions that he's received from those political action committees. He's working for the clampdown and the corporations and the special interests. He's not working for the people of Texas.
Representative, that's your time. And we are at our final question. Wow, this went quickly. And this goes to Representative O'Rourke. We'd like to end this for both of you on a very positive note, and we'd like to ask you to tell us something that you admire about your opponent.
Right. Senator Cruz and I were both elected to the United States Congress in the same year, 2012. We both have young children. I know how hard he works. I know how much time he has spent away from his kids. I know what a sacrifice that is to his family. I know that he's doing it for one reason. He wants to serve this country, and he's trying to do his best. We may have differences of opinions on what our destination might be and how we're going to get there. But I have no question that Senator Cruz wants to do the best for America, and he does so at great sacrifice to his family and to his kids. And so I thank you, Senator Cruz, for your public service.
Thank you. And you know, I actually agree with those sentiments. I would express the very same sentiments back at Congressman O'Rourke. You're right, being a dad of young kids is hard. I know the sacrifice you're putting in. My girls, every day when I leave for the campaign trail, it's hard. There are a lot of tears in the Cruz household. I'm sure there are in the O'Rourke household, too. That is the single hardest part of doing this. And let me say beyond that. Look, I think Congressman O'Rourke is passionate. He is energetic. He believes in what he's fighting for. In fact, I have very much the same sentiments. You know, last year I did 3 debates with Bernie Sanders, and I expressed this at all 3 debates, that Bernie Sanders believes in what he's fighting for. He believes in socialism. Now, I think what he's fighting for doesn't work, but I think you are absolutely sincere, like Bernie, that you believe in expanding government and higher taxes, and I commend you for fighting for what you believe in. As you noted, we disagree on the outcome, but you're fighting for the principles you believe in, and I respect that.
True to form.
Before we bring the debate to a close, each candidate will have a 90 seconds for a closing statement. Senator Cruz, let's start with you.
In November, there are going to be a lot of things on the ballot. Both Congressman O'Rourke and I will be on the ballot, but there's going to be a lot more than that. Jobs will be on the ballot. We've seen in the last 2 years 4 million new jobs all across this country. Paychecks will be on the ballots. We've seen Texas employers like American Airlines, like Southwest Airlines, like AT&T giving bonuses and pay raises. Your 401k and your savings will be on the ballot, as we've seen the pensions of millions of Texans going up. You know, Texas understands a very simple formula. When you cut taxes, when you simplify the tax code, when you lift the burden on small businesses, it's good for Texas. It expands jobs, it expands opportunity. And there is a fundamental choice in this election. It's a choice between, we're seeing nationally socialists like Bernie Sanders, like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and indeed Congressman Beto O'Rourke advocating for those same policies. Full-on socialized medicine, which, by the way, they call Medicare for all. And let me say to all the seniors in Texas, Medicare, you paid into it your whole life. You're counting on it for your health care. What they're proposing is putting every single person in this country, including illegal aliens, everyone in this country, into Medicare without paying for it. That would bankrupt Medicare. There is a choice for this country. You know, there are also states that implement the kind of policies Congressman O'Rourke supports. High taxes, high regulations, open borders. States, you look at California, which is hemorrhaging population. You know, the cost of a one-way U-Haul from California to Texas is more than 300% the cost the other way around. In Texas, we understand that if you get government off the backs of small businesses, Texans do well. I've fought for that for 6 years. I've kept my promise, and I will always stand and fight for 28 million Texans.
That is your time, Senator. Thank you. Representative O'Rourke.
Yeah. Let me again begin by thanking SMU, NBC5, the Dallas Morning News for making this possible tonight. Let me thank everyone here and everyone who's watching right now who has invited me to your communities, who has invited me into your homes, who's invited me into your lives, into your hopes and your dreams, and the very high expectations that we are together setting right now for this country. At this deeply divided, highly polarized moment, you have reminded me that before we are Republicans or Democrats or independents, we are Texans, we are Americans, we are human beings, and we're going to start acting that way. President Harry Truman reminded us that this country was not founded on fear. Instead, we are founded on courage, on imagination, and an unstoppable determination to do the job at hand. I've never heard a better description than that one for the people of Texas that I've met in each one of the 254 counties. We are not running against anyone. We're not running against anything. We're not running against another political party. We are running for this country, by and for each and every single one of us. We are going to use the challenges that we face, being the least insured state in the country, where the #1 provider of mental health care services is the county jail system today, to a state that leads the way to ensuring everyone is well enough to live to their full potential. A state where 50% of the teachers are working a second or a third job just to make ends meet instead of being able to focus on those children before them. We're going to lead the way in having their backs and making sure that we don't privatize public education money and send it to a private school. Whatever the challenge is, I know that we are up to the task, and I want to thank you for inspiring me, giving me confidence, giving me hope, encouraging me like no time in my life. I am grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. And that concludes tonight's Senate debate. We'd like to thank both of our candidates, our audience, and SMU for hosting tonight.
Some important dates to keep in mind. The last day to register to vote is October 9th. Early voting is open from October 22nd to November 2nd. Election day, November 6th.
Thank you and good night.